Hey, hello guys, how are you doing? And today we are going to start um, manipulating documents. I think this will talk about the document object model and it's working. We'll make it quick because I have a lot of internship work to do. But yeah, we have to like at least do something every day because continuity is better than like anything else. Because if you are like the link should not be broken, and you can take like a planned leave that I took during Diwali, but uh, currently uh, the only thing that differentiates between a good developer and an average or subpar developer is continuity. I don't think hard work or anything else like doing like if you are doing anything for like if you're hard working hard a day you are working hard like you do the whole week's work and then you are leaving the whole week as blank, then I think you are actually doing a disservice to yourself. So um let's dive right straight into it. So what's so basically, I think it talks about the document object model, a set of APIs controlling HTML styling information and make heavy use of document object. So document object is an object basically that it's an object that represents the web page, and that's all you need to know. In this article, we look at the DOM in detail along with some other interesting APIs that the important parts of a web browser. Web browsers are very complicated piece of software with a lot of moving parts, many of which aren't controlled or manipulated by a web developer using JavaScript. You might think that such limitations are bad thing, but browsers are locked down for good reason, mostly centering around security. Imagine if the website could get access to stored password or other sensitive information and log into websites as if it were you. Despite the limitation, web APIs still give us access to a lot of functionality that uh, enable us to do great things, many things with web pages. There are a few really obvious bits of you will reference regularly in the code, considering the following diagram, which represent the main parts of the browser directly involved in viewing web pages. The window is the browser tab that the browser is loaded onto. This is represented in JavaScript by the window object using methods available. In this object, you can do things return the window size, window.inner width, window.inner height, manipulate document loaded into the Windows data stored specifically on the document on the client side, for example, local database or other storage mechanism, attach an event handler or the current window on navigation. The navigator represents the state and identity of the browser, the user agent as it exists on the web page. In JavaScript, this is represented by navigator object. You can use the object to retrieve things like users preferred language, the media stream from which users webcam, etc. I actually thought Navigator was. I have never used Navigator, so I actually thought Navigator was used for like uh, back and storing history and all that, like how the routers do in React, but it's actually different. A document represent the DOM or in the browser. It is the actual page loaded into the window and is represented in JavaScript by the document object. You can use this object to return and manipulate information in HTML CSS that comprises the document. For example, get the reference to an element in the DOM changes its text content, apply new styles to it, creates new elements and add them to current element as children and even read it all together. The document object model. The document currently loaded each of the browser tab is represented. Yeah, state structure it has a tree structure. Basically, let's say this is an HTML tag. Then the HTML tag has, let's say, two divs, a head and a body. So head and body. So that's how the tree is formed. And then the body has, let's say, two sections. So one section, second section. Then the section, this like the first section has two divs, one div, two div. So that's how it has a tree structure. Um, Represented and created by the browser to enable HTML structure to be easily accessed by programming language. For example, the browser itself uses it to apply styling and other information to correct element as it renders the page. The developers like you can manipulate DOM with JavaScript. Okay. Uh, we have created a simple example page DOM. Simple DOM, basically an image or link and some text. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, and this is the tree structure of the DOM. Basically, DOM looks like this because each like entry in the tree is called node. So HTML is a node. There's the body is the node. Head is the node, and some nodes. There are other types of nodes as well, but these are the main ones in common. Nodes, root node or child node. So root node is the top node in the tree. This is basically the graph, so which is a C computer science concept, and I think that was the expectation in the start of the series. So I guess HTML is always the HTML node. Other market vocabularies like SVG and custom XML will have different root elements. Child node. So the basically a node directly inside another node. Basically, for the HTML element, body and head are the child node. Node. Basically, image is a child node of section in the box. Exactly the descendant node. For like same for the HTML element, uh, like the section inside the body is a descendant. So a body is also a descendant, and that's I think. Remember, image is a child of section in the box. Exactly. Parent nodes, sibling nodes. It's like um, it's very logically named. So active learning, basic DOM manipulation. To start learning DOM manipulation, let's begin with a practical example. Exactly. Take local copy of DOM HTML page and image tag scores. Add the script tag and then just okay. Let's do this. Ah, I should have opened a new window itself. Uh, yes, yes, this was our project. Okay, so we take a local copy and we add a script tag, I guess. We select the link. I actually don't use these script tags, so I'm not sure if we write it like this one. Let's see. Do they have a full example? How do we? I generally write in a new page. Let's do that only, I guess. But it will work. It should work, in my opinion. Let's con. So the image is not there. Let's check the console. If everything works, console. So it works. So cool. Yeah, yeah, all text content. We can start with manipulate it using the property on the method terminal. So at least this will be used. So without this Mozilla homepage, but after adding this Mozilla Developer Network, easy DOM manipulation, changing the link. So basically, without uh, uh, with it goes to resource for developers. It goes to the main page, and without this, with this, it goes to the Mozilla page. So cool. As many things in JavaScript, there are many ways to select an element and store a reference to it in a variable. Document.query selector is recommended modern approach. It is convenient because it allows you to select element using CSS selectors. The above query selector call will match the first anchor tag element that appears in the document. If you wanted to match and do thing in multiple elements, you can do document dot query selector or which matches each element in the document and matches the selector that stores reference to them in array like objects called nodeless. Exactly. There is an older method available for grabbing elements. Get element by ID, get element by tag name, creating and placing new elements. Let's start by grabbing it. So we are grabbing the reference to the section here from here, and let's create. Now we are creating a para, create element p tag and sec.append. So now we should see the section to have. We hope you enjoyed the ride. Written. And yep, it's there. Uh, so basically, they are creating a text node. So here we created a para, and now let's see. Let's just check what's the difference between the text node. So we are selecting the para and we are appending the text. So is the text node just adding on to the text? Okay. Okay. Body section. Yep. So okay, just text. That text node means just text. That's cool. Okay. How much time I have streamed? Ah, I miss that regular person that's been liking almost every day. Hmm. Append child is used for appending a child. Remove child is used for removing. You want to remove the node based only on reference itself, which is fairly common. Yeah, so you can also use you can also use the parent node for manipulating styles. So we can manipulate styles using dot style dot like the style name. Uh, so the names you see are in Camel's case. So background dash color all in lowercase has been changed to background capital C and color is written. So that's how it works. Uh, Below the page and you'll see the styles have been applied. So, yeah. Mm. So they are adding uh, they're creating a style tag and then they are adding an attribute to the paragraph to create uh, add the style. Dynamic shopping list. Okay, so they are making a shopping list. So add item. Okay, so basically, I guess they'll make an array and then uh, actually let me see how much time I have spent. Not 10 more. Yeah, I think today we'll end it at 20 minutes mark. So what they are giving us, basically a head, a meta, some styles for a list, some styles for a button, um, and H1 my shopping list. Then enter new item, basically a boilerplate HTML input box and a add item button and a UL and the list I guess will add. So create three variables that hold reference to the list UL input. Okay, so three elements of UL espresso document dot get element by tag name. It works like this. Let's just come. So dot log this to check if it's correct. Yep, we are getting that element. Uh, let's copy this and for input and button. Cool. This makes sense. Use the function that will run in response to the button being clicked. Inside the function body start off by storing add item. It will take inside the function body start off by storing the current value of the input element in a variable. Okay. Cost val is equals to input dot value. I hope this makes sense. Let's just console log this dollar. Uh, I don't work a lot with this JavaScript, but in Let's just first see what's HTML collection input. Uh, it has a property called value. Because yeah, like React, we do target or value. So, but I don't. Value, yep, it has a property called value. So why is it undefined? Input. Let's just value. As it's undefined. I guess input zero. And yep. So input zero that value. Um, let's remove this value. Check it out. And let's move on. Now empty the input element by setting the value of the empty string. Okay. Create three new elements, right? So we'll use create. I don't actually want to do it right now. We'll basically use the create element and make this element, and we'll use the append child to append it in the UL. And I think I've used get element like tag name. Thus I'm getting an array, so we'll have to take the first one. Set the text content on this. Yeah, exactly. So it's no big deal. Um, it's very easy to do. So I think anybody can do that. Exactly. And for deleting, we can actually like um, create like in the list we can create paragraph and a button called delete, and then we can delete the use the remove on the parent of delete. So we'll remove the list. Uh, Next, we'll do fetching data from the server. And how much is this? It's actually, it looks very small actually. It also uses the XHR, I guess. So this will be, yeah. So this is actually a fetch API. Okay, so they also use fetch APIs. Fetch API is the newer technology. It's mostly a syntactical sugar, but yeah, it's actually new. So okay, we'll do this tomorrow. Also, I guess this will be a very short session. So probably I will see like if we cover third party APIs. But today we'll end it here, and I got a lot of work to do. Thank you everyone that's seeing these videos later on, or anything that you are doing to interact. Um, I don't think this will fit in. Will this? Nah. Bruh. I need to add this dash. I will probably no more space here. I should just change this in the template only. Make sense? Okay.